more than 2,500 years ago, a prince was born who would one day give up his palace, his wealth, and even his family to search for the truth of human suffering. His journey transformed him into the Buddha. His teachings have inspired millions across the world, shaping philosophy, culture, and spirituality. This is the fascinating story of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama was born around the year 563 BCE in the small kingdom of Kapilavastu near the Himalayas, in modern-day Nepal. His father, King Suddhodana, was a ruler of the Shakya clan. His mother, Queen Maya, dreamed one night of a white elephant entering her womb. Wise men said this was a sign that the child would either become a great king or a great spiritual leader. According to legend, Queen Maya gave birth while standing in a garden holding the branch of a tree. The newborn took 7 steps and declared, "This is my last birth." From the beginning, Siddhartha's father wanted to protect him from anything that might push him toward a spiritual life. He grew up inside the walls of the palace, shielded from pain, sickness, and even death. The king desired a powerful heir, not a wandering holy man. He was given every comfort, the finest clothes, the best food, and even 3 palaces for different seasons. Surrounded by music, dance, and joy, he was meant to forget that the world outside contained suffering. At the age of 16, Siddhartha married Princess Yasodhara, and soon they had a son named Rahula. Life seemed perfect, but his heart was restless. Something deep within him longed to know the truth beyond the palace walls. One day, Siddhartha convinced his charioteer to take him outside. What he saw changed his life forever. On his first journey, he saw an old man bent with age. On the second, he saw a sick man groaning in pain. On the third, he saw a dead body being carried to the cremation ground. And finally, on the 4th journey, he saw a wandering monk, calm and peaceful, living without possessions. For the first time, he realized that suffering, old age, sickness, and death was unavoidable for every human being. The image of the peaceful monk planted a seed in his heart. Maybe there was a way to rise above suffering. The visions haunted Siddhartha. No matter the pleasures of palace life, he could not forget what he had seen. At the age of 29, he made the most difficult decision of his life. One night, while his wife and child slept, Siddhartha kissed them goodbye and left the palace. He rode into the forest, abandoning his royal life to search for answers. This moment is called the Great Renunciation. Siddhartha became a wandering seeker. He studied under the greatest teachers of meditation and philosophy. He learned deep concentration and spiritual practices, but still, he felt unsatisfied. These teachers gave him methods, but not the final truth he was searching for. Determined, he joined a group of ascetics who believed that harsh self-denial would bring enlightenment. He stopped eating, reduced himself to skin and bones, and practiced extreme fasting. At one point, he survived on a single grain of rice a day. But even near death, enlightenment did not come. Realizing that self-torture was not the way, He discovered a middle way, a balance between luxury and hardship. This middle path would later become one of the central ideas of Buddhism. At the age of 35, Siddhartha sat under a Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India. He vowed not to rise until he had found the truth. As he meditated, he faced temptations, visions of fear, desire, and doubt, but Siddhartha remained still, calm, and focused. Finally, in the silence of the night, as the morning star rose, Siddhartha attained enlightenment. He saw the truth of life, that suffering exists, that it has a cause, that it can end, and that there is a path to freedom. He was no longer just a prince or a seeker. He had become the Buddha, the enlightened one. After enlightenment, the Buddha wondered whether people could understand the truth he had discovered. But soon he decided to share it. He travelled to Sarnath, near Varanasi, where he met 5 former companions. There he gave his first sermon, known as the Turning of the Wheel of Dharma. He explained the 4 noble truths. Life is filled with suffering. Suffering is caused by craving and attachment. There is a way to end suffering. The way is the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path included right understanding, right thoughts, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. This was not a path of belief, but of practice, a way for anyone to free themselves from suffering. His 5 companions became his first disciples, and the Sangha, the community of monks, was born. For the next 45 years, the Buddha travelled across northern India, teaching kings, merchants, farmers, and even criminals. He taught in simple language. He broke barriers of caste and tradition. He welcomed women into the Sangha, a bold move in a society where women had little freedom. He taught that all beings, rich or poor, powerful or weak, had the same potential for enlightenment. Stories of his wisdom spread. Kings invited him to their courts, while ordinary villagers followed him in the thousands. His message was not about worshipping a god, but about transforming one's own mind. As the Buddha grew older, his fame spread across India. At the age of 80, while travelling in Kushinagar, he fell seriously ill after eating a simple meal. Knowing his time had come, he lay down between 2 sal trees. Surrounded by his disciples, he gave his final words. All things that are made will fade away. Work hard for your own liberation. After his death, his followers carried his message across Asia and later the world. His teachings shaped cultures in India, Sri Lanka, China, Japan, Thailand, Tibet, and beyond. Temples were built, scriptures written, and statues carved to honor his memory. But the true legacy of the Buddha is not in monuments or rituals. It is in the simple yet powerful message that suffering can be overcome not by miracles or divine power, but by wisdom, compassion, and mindfulness. Today, more than 500 million people follow Buddhism, making it one of the world's great religions. Yet, at its heart, the Buddha's story is not about religion, but about a human being who asked the deepest questions and found timeless answers. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to support us. Thank you for watching.